Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And we are in the last week of Grit. This is exciting, but you're listening to the Drop Podcast, and we're going to give you the full rundown. Robbie, you made a face there. What's up?
I'm done. Done with everything.
Oh.
Is
it the Sad Robbie show?
It's Sad Robbie show.
Yeah, I'm already in my depressed, giving up on life phase after 24 hours.
Yeah, I know how he feels, though. Like, when I get injured or I'm not feeling my best, it's really hard to pull yourself out of that dark cave because you're like, I'll never run again.
Yeah, so for backstory, this will come as a shock to absolutely no one who listens to this podcast. But I was running yesterday, just normal run, feeling good. I did take a couple of days off because I had some stuff going on. I was just tired, I think. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing marathon training. I need to get back on track. So I took a couple of days off. I was literally just running like with the stroller, but not even really running, like jogging on the sidewalk. Just wrecked my ankle, rolled it right over.
Like, are you looking for uneven pavement? Like, what happens?
So it wasn't uneven.
Oh, what?
That's the thing. Literally just
flat
normal. Ground? It's so frustrating. It's really frustrating at this point because I'm like, should I even keep running or training for things?
I think you should. I think you just.
Were you tired when you were running?
No.
There's got to be exercises to strengthen your ankles. I remember, like, when I twist my ankle, they used to have me do the rubber band thing where you'd stretch out like a rubber. Like,
I think my ankles are rubber bands, though.
That's the thing. Yeah, so you need to strengthen the muscles and stuff around it.
But I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll get a second opinion. But one physical therapist I said to was like, basically, you can't do anything. I mean, you can, but it's like not really.
Wait, which physical therapist was this?
I'm not gonna name names.
Are you gonna? I think I know.
Maybe, but
it's not.
Wait. They're saying you can't run or walk or do anything now.
Yeah, maybe I misheard too. Maybe I just imagined that.
Is it rhyme with scanny?
I really with one. Like,
or would it be more like tem?
I think it's
Ben.
I don't really want to. I don't know why we keep pushing.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was a pretty bad, like pop, snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispie style.
And it was your other ankle this time.
Oh yeah, because I didn't even mention that Sunday night I rolled my right ankle playing soccer with my kids.
Do you remember?
Or Saturday night.
Now this is going back for the young folk, but do you remember The Wizard of Oz, that movie?
I mean, yeah.
Do you remember when the Scarecrow first gets off the cross?
I don't know. I was not a huge. I would just watch the Pink Floyd like the first time through Dark Side of the Moon, and then I would just stop.
Okay, when the Scarecrow gets off the cross and he's walking, I feel like you're gonna have to look up the video because I feel like that's what I imagine you look like running down the street.
Probably true, dude. I almost wrecked the stroller, and.
Was there anything in it?
Yeah, my kid who wasn't strapped in, so he would just went flying. People were like stopped. Like it was one of those things.
Oh, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, the only reason I didn't fall was because I was holding on to the stroller. I'd rather save myself than my kid.
But I'm gonna say
he'll rebound.
He'll pop out. He'll eject. And it is funny because kids do like the things that we used to do skateboarding. Like if I did that one time, if I did one fall off a quarter pipe,
yeah,
I would probably be out for like the rest of my life. I'd be in a
right
wheelchair.
Now?
Yeah. But back then you used to slap your head real hard.
That's the whole reason I'm in this spot today. It's from rolling my ankles so many times. Skateboarding.
Skateboarding didn't do it for me. I did it in basketball and like lacrosse.
I think I have weak ankles genetically. I don't think I come from a superior species.
Maybe it's because you're closer to coming out of the ocean. Like you used to have a tail. And now,
I don't have that balance anymore.
What are these?
Yeah, I'd be shot if it was like in the 1700s. And my eyesight's like 22,000 or something.
You're a goner.
My ankles.
Yeah. I always think about that. Like if you're in the jungle, and like I have contacts, I had braces, I had all the benefits of modern science. If we were in the jungle, we would have been eaten so fast because we wouldn't have been able to see the thing coming at us. Yeah. Everybody else would be like, don't tell Robbie.
Yeah, they want you gone because you're a liability to the tribe.
But Robbie, they would have wanted you for your base skills, around the campfire.
Very useful in survival scenarios.
We need a new basis.
Oh man, but no, I'm just.
So, are you done with Grit?
Yeah, I mean,
there's only 4 days left.
I think I can maybe like a couple days get back and for a little bit.
Just squeeze out a little grit.
But the problem is that there's 6 weeks until my marathon, or 7 weeks, and I'm like, was just feeling good. I'm like, okay, gonna do a big week this week.
But you can't get like in your head about that stuff, because you still have time to get your ankle in the correct position. And then 2, like you kind of thrive off of the non really doing the work before you race kind of
You're not
lifestyle.
wrong.
So
I like it goes back to basically schoolwork and cramming for a test the night before.
that's yeah.
Meg seems like somebody who would have studied the whole week.
Yes.
Maybe, but probably not as much as you thought.
Okay. I'm like doing the homework as the teacher's coming around. Like
Megan was popping Adderalls, get it all in a couple hours. Anyway, Meg, how's your grit going? Because I feel like I'm the only one who's really
You are.
like taking it serious. Like I think you're just doing your regular training, and it happens to be.
In fact, I was just doing the math, and I'm probably going to finish like around 290 high, but I'm not going to change anything.
you're not gonna go for the 3?
she doesn't care.
So dumb. Just kidding.
Because I feel like I need a rest day, and so I want to take a rest day.
All right.
I am 40 miles away from 300, and I will crawl to get there if I have to.
I didn't realize you were doing that many miles. I saw you post like 260.
Yeah.
I was, no offense, I was surprised.
Well, I did 315 last time.
Yeah, I just didn't
In
think
the winter.
you were trying to do that.
Oh, on this one?
Yeah.
I wasn't. I honestly went into it, and originally my plan was, okay, I'll do my training for the London Marathon, and just whatever that is. But then, like, I started running, and I was like, I'll add in an extra mile here. And then when I felt good, I just kept going. And then it just was one of those things where I'm like, I'm feeling good, and like it's not going to hurt. And I was doing like, if you look at my mileage going up, I'm doing, like, it's not like I did the, like, winter grid, I got a little injured, but I, like, jumped up from, like, 30 miles to 60 miles in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that threw my body off.
Yeah.
This one I've got, like, a nice steady, it goes, like, before grit, I was doing, like, 55 miles a week. Then I went 60, 70, and kind of just popped it up. And so, I mean, I've just been loving it. Like, and then at first I was like, I'll throw out my workouts, not worry about it. But I've actually been doing my marathon workouts in it. Like this morning I did 10 repeats of pretty aggressive effort for me. Now I'm not hitting
2 mile repeats.
Nah, that would be really aggressive. But it was fun because, like, when I finished it, like, I finished the workout that I would have had just on paper, and then instead of doing an out and back, so then I just did it all out, and then turned around and went back, and so I had like close to 14 miles.
Okay,
and
wow.
I was like, okay, I feel good. I'm not hurting. And I'm like, I actually did the math wrong. I thought I had to do 13 miles every day here on out.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That's a lot.
I figured out that I only have to do like 10. And I have
That's
a 16 mile.
Quite the difference.
Yeah, 16 mile run on Saturday. So
You're not doing the accounting here, are you?
No, that'd be Megan. Definitely Megan. Yeah. No, but I'm having fun with it. And I see people posting, and I think most people are having fun with it. And, you know, it bums me out that you're obviously not like feeling like I know your goal originally was, and you're kind of like bummed that you're not hitting it. And it would be fun if we were all going for it. But I also, like, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean.
I know it doesn't mean anything. I think it's more the marathon thing that's making me mad.
But don't give up hope on that yet.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I'm definitely gonna run it.
Yeah.
It's just the matter of what pace or whatever.
You'll pull a rabbit out of your butt.
I don't know. I'll probably just drink a bunch of beers and
still hit your
basically what
goal.
I've been doing the last 3 days. Like, this is a good break time for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it. I feel like this keeps happening too. It does not feel like it does. It's because the last marathon in the fall, Exact same thing. I think I was like 6 weeks away or 5 weeks away.
Do you think that you have a little like demon that sits next to you, and whenever you're getting close to a marathon, it like hits your ankle?
Because it's the thing is, it's a regular occurrence. So it just so happens like that because it happens all the time. It just happens during marathon training. But I was trying to be careful and actually like look where I'm running, not like look around, and then like not doing as much trail running.
Can I ask you what shoe you're wearing?
Yeah, I don't think that matters. But
It does.
It was a Skechers Persistence.
Okay. That has a decently wide base, but it also has a higher stack. What I was thinking is like some of the shoes that we're getting in now, like the Hoka Bondi, that had that extreme wide base.
Well, the whole reason, that's why I kind of wore that shoe to begin with that day.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, this is not going to be too unstable. There's a lot of structure around the ankle in that shoe.
It's called persistence, so I think you have to proceed.
But yeah, I don't know. It might have been the stroller thing too, because it always messes up your running stride when you're running with the stroller.
It does. Because you just you tiptoe, you drag your feet. Like you don't lift them all the way, and you probably hit the front of your foot and just rolled it over.
So, and I tried to actually take care of it.
I'm a stroller parent.
I got my wife to pick me up. That's for real. That's how,
wow.
Yeah.
How far away were you from the house?
Like a mile. And then
did she put you in the stroller and just wheel you back?
She brought a baby bottle of
vodka,
salt. What's the salt steak?
Yeah.
And then vodka would be better. But then I tried to actually take care of it, like rest it and elevate it, but I don't know.
Advil.
Yep.
All right, to bring the thing back up, people probably already, if they listen to this podcast, they heard last week our recap of the World Championships where we had Kafuzi on as a special guest. But Robbie's wearing a shirt right now.
Oh.
That is from Eugene. Where did you get that?
At the University of Oregon store.
Oh, you went to the Duck store.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? Did you get like a U of O shirt?
No,
And to describe for those listening, it's a waffle shirt. So it says our roots run deep, and it has a waffle as a sun with a silhouette of a runner, and then the Nike logo on a yellow shirt.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I think Nike gets away with highway robbery with the quality.
You think?
It's like $30 for this shirt, and the profit margins are pretty good.
I picked up from the Eugene Running Company. I grabbed, he was nice enough to give us one shirt, but I also grabbed the Stop Pre-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
And I wore it yesterday. I liked it.
Okay.
So I don't know.
It's probably the same thing.
It might be,
it's not bad. It's just whatever.
It kind of is retro to me.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
Like the heavier cotton kind of
Are you guys going to run in them?
I will.
Maybe. Yeah, and I got a Tracktown pizza shirt while I was there, I guess to commemorate my stomach issues for the.
Do you wear it only in the bathroom?
Yeah. I'll wear it on trail runs in case I need toilet paper.
There you go. Actually, that's not a bad idea for a trail shirt to have like rip-off parts.
Yeah.
That are biodegradable.
Sleeves that come off.
Yeah.
They should market it like biodegradable trail shirt.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
There we go. Robbie's starting his own
trademark that
cottage industry of crapping in the woods products.
You could punch out the pieces like the Jim Walmsley shirt style.
Maybe a little bigger than that.
Yeah.
Those are like quarter size.
You're going to get E. coli situation.
I mean, I have left a glove in the woods, like when it was cold during Hat 50K.
Yeah.
So,
I mean.
And I keep hoping that someone is like, look, running gloves.
Brown running gloves. So, yeah, I don't know. We talked about your running, Meg? Just basically grit stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I'm training for London. I actually don't know how many weeks away we are. It's the first weekend in October. So what is that?
Right around the corner. Like
8 weeks?
It'll be here before.
No, it's actually a lot longer than that.
9 weeks?
I think it's like 10.
10 weeks?
Oh,
cool.
take it.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking at our race calendar, planning just training and stuff. And basically, once we go to Falmouth, we have a race on the calendar every single weekend until London. Not every single weekend, every other weekend until London.
Wow.
So I guess that's good. We'll be racing to fitness.
Yeah.
9.5 weeks.
Okay.
I think it's good for me right now. Like I actually, the 5K that we did in Oregon, it was a little weird for me, but I think going into it with that kind of low key energy actually worked out in my benefit.
No, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
And yeah, we're doing a really exciting project with New Balance that's going to kick off in a couple weeks. We'll hold off on sharing all those details until the next podcast. But yeah, we have some fun stuff to share that we're doing with them.
Yeah, get excited.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about what we're gonna do a VO2 test at some point.
Maybe. I mean, I think
we'll be doing some different tests at the track, the research lab they have there in Boston. We haven't exactly confirmed what everyone will be doing, but we will be doing some testing.
And we're going to be doing it with a group.
Some cool data.
So it'll be a lot of fun. And the end goal will be New York City. So Megan and I will head out to London and do that and then come back. We'll run New York. Depending on, Megan, how you do in London, you're probably going to want to maybe see how you feel about running New York. I know that
hopefully it'll be a victory lap, but
yeah,
we'll see how London goes.
I think a bunch of us want to do it more as a
victory lap.
Yeah, a tour of New York.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that seriously.
It's too hard.
It's so hard.
No. I meant we're gonna train great for that race.
Right.
Yes.
We are. We're gonna train the hell out of that race. Mm-hmm. Then maybe run with a vodka trail pack.
Throw it all away at the end.
But yeah, no, we'll take it seriously. But yeah. So other than that, definitely check out our recap of Eugene, and we'll probably have the video up on YouTube by the time that this rolls out, so you can check out the video.
I guess we recorded. Yeah, I was trying to remember when we recorded the actual podcast for us. That was before we left Eugene.
Yeah, we were in Eugene.
So did anything else crazy happen?
Actually, surprisingly, no. Like, you've remembered the rest of your gear. All your gear made it back to Baltimore.
Came together. I did that run in Oakland. That was weird.
Yeah, you did. You want to tell people about
that? We had a 4-hour layover, so I took the BART train.
By the way, the Oakland was a rough airport to have a 4-hour layover in.
Yeah.
Yeah, not great.
It was not the most appealing airport to be stuck in, but Robbie got out.
Yeah, it was a little bit confusing, like trying to figure out what to do, how to get out of there, and that the train's like crazy expensive. It was $8 each way for 2 stops.
Which was crazy because the last time I rode on a BART train, I was 16 years old.
Uh-huh.
So prices were a little different.
Yeah, but I mean,
basically you had to sing for your ride.
But in New York, it's like $1. You know what I mean? It's super cheap for the subway. So it was a shock to me to pay that much.
I was surprised because I was talking to you about it, and you told me that last time you were in New York, you didn't get a token. You got like a card.
Yeah, they do. Well, I mean, this is like since 2006 at least. It's not a full-on plastic credit card, but
I guess the last
thin ones.
Every time I've been to New York since then, I haven't really. Well, no, we went on the subway when we stayed in Brooklyn. They
might do an app by now. I don't even know. I haven't taken the subway in a couple of years.
Attention.
Yeah. Anyways, but running around there was interesting. It was like the situation there is wild with the like tent encampments. It was kind of shocking to me because you see some stuff on TV, but the way that it looked like certain places were a third world country.
Was when you told me about it, that's what
crazy.
It made me think of, is like when I went to Puerto Rico, and we're going to this phenomenal resort. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But on the way there, we're driving through,
shanties and stuff.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's in a different country. I know that they're a province of the United States, but for the most part,
yeah,
different government, different. And now, that was years ago. And now I feel like we drove through Boston and saw that. We drove through San Francisco and you see it. And now you're talking about Oakland.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to make any, that's just an observation, not going to make any commentary on it, but it was a little sketch at times. I think some of the areas I was in, and I run around Baltimore a lot, so
Baltimore's looking.
I felt like one of the places I ran through was one of the sketchier places I've ever run, and there's like someone in one tent going through withdrawals and just like screaming, which is the worst. I've heard it before in certain situations, and not in like it just. I'm not going to go into it, but it was it's like the worst sound in the world. And I was just like, man, this is messing with my head because I'm just trying to go on a run around the lake there.
Trying to see something pretty.
Yeah, but then on the other end, it's like more normal, but whatever. It was just like a weird, depressing run.
The weird thing was when my parents got divorced, Robbie took a picture of, Lake Merritt has a high rise on it. And that's, I think, might have been the first place my mom moved after she moved out of our house.
It's so weird.
And like, it's almost featured in Robbie's picture. I'm like, oh, that's weird.
You're like, I lived there for a time.
Yeah, I actually fortunate. I mean, it was weird. Oakland's always been kind of, I really feel like Oakland could be a sister city to Baltimore. It's always had a little bit of trouble, but it had nice, like the Oakland Hills is extremely desirable place to live. It's very expensive.
Yeah, it seems like with San Francisco and everything, I guess UC Berkeley and stuff, there's a kind of runs into each other, but there's also distinct disparities between some places.
I don't think that you see it. I mean, we see it in Baltimore, but it's kind of, it hasn't changed since the 60s. It's like there's have and have nots in Baltimore City.
Since pretty much forever, yeah.
Yeah, and I think what's weird for me is, like, there was always a little bit of income disparity in the Bay Area when I was growing up there.
Yeah.
But now I feel like it's just so, like, the polar extremes are just so much more further apart.
Yeah, that makes sense. But anyways, all to say, did that. We came home. I was wiped. I think we all were, right?
It definitely took a few days to first of all, you got the time zone change, and then just, I think, sleep catch up in general, because like we said, our schedule there was absolutely insane. Yeah. So,
and I don't want to sound like poor us, because it was an amazing trip, but I will tell you, it took everything out of us, because we were also, all of us at that time, were also putting up pretty serious mileage while we were in Eugene.
Yeah.
So we were getting up early to do group runs. We were getting in extra mileage. We were working on content while we were there. We were going to Hayward Field, going to dinner late, drinking.
You didn't even mention we probably walked 5 miles a day.
Yeah.
Just
for sure.
Just walking.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. But I mean, so when we got back, I think all of us were just a little bit like, what do they call it? Threadbare or what?
Threadbare.
What do you call it when?
Yeah.
Is that the right term?
That's a word.
I'm thinking.
No one knows what it means.
Like almost frayed edges.
Yeah,
like
that's
we were tired.
Threadbare. Yeah. When you have like a clothing that's all Oliver Twist style.
Yeah, I feel like my brain probably looked like Oliver Twist.
Yeah, it's all very twisted.
More, please. Anyhow,
so I wanted to talk about some running news, because there's a lot that we didn't cover. Sydney McLaughlin was crazy. We should probably talk about that.
You know what I want to do
finals
first, though? Can we? So we've had Ashley Paulsen on the show before.
That's part of what I was talking about.
Okay.
So
can we do it first?
First, I wanted to wrap up Worlds.
Okay, wrap up Worlds.
So Worlds, Sydney McLaughlin's race was insane. I don't even know how.
She
love
broke her own
commercials where she helps the dogs.
What?
Where she helps the dogs.
Who let the dogs out?
No, she asks you to give donations.
Oh, like a Sarah McLachlan thing?
Oh
gosh.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah,
Where's the
Don't.
Yeah. We need to figure out these buttons so I can do the sad ones.
I think it's this one.
The guy wasn't funny. He played a lap track. There it is.
Brandon's not even going to put that track on here.
Okay, maybe he will this time.
All right, so we're just messing with sound effects, making sure we do the best possible production here. But yeah,
always.
Sydney McLaughlin, saving dogs, racing races, hurdling, and
just being like superior to every other.
Yeah, it's not
runner
fair.
out there.
She made it look easy, too.
Yeah, it's not fair.
It's like almost insulting at that point. It was like when I was at the back of the 100-meter dash that you guys did. Just looks like a different sport.
She should like turn around and taunt people or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, finish backwards?
Yeah, that should make people like
somersaults and stuff.
Yeah.
People love Usain Bolt for doing it.
True.
Yeah.
But I will say, what was crazy about that was that the time she ran would have got her through the first at least the first heats of the 400-meter flat.
Yeah, and well, you have to explain that she had to jump over hurdles.
Yeah. Okay.
Why is it blinking?
It's just blinking. Just let it go.
It's bothering me.
Laissez-faire. So
shouldn't have touched it.
yeah, it's gonna do it the whole time. Sorry,
right.
Technical things going on. So she ran 400-meter hurdles, but her time would have qualified her
in the 400 flat.
Yeah, like Pat got her through the first round.
Like if there wasn't things to jump over.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense.
She's like not human.
So she's gonna transition to the 400, right? At some point.
I don't know.
You have to. You've already conquered the world 4 times in the hurdles. You would have.
But then don't you want to keep doing that until you can't anymore?
I wouldn't want to.
Can't you just do both?
I'd say I did that. Moving on. I guess you could.
I mean, she finished so far ahead of everybody. I think that if there was no hurdles in the way, maybe she needs the hurdles to be that fast.
I don't think so. No, dude. I think I've actually read that she is going to.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, and so that was cool. The rest of it was cool. So I don't have cable TV or Axe or anyone's password.
Peacock.
Yeah. So, and I'm done signing up for free trials. It's too annoying for me. So I VPN'd into the BBC's broadcasting.
Of course you did.
of the events, which was wild because it's all British commentary and talking about the athletes, the British athletes. So there's like no coverage of the Americans.
Oh.
They interviewed the British athletes afterwards. Everything
but
else.
How good was the commentary?
It was actually, what my wife pointed out to me was that they're very like negative about things. So
like
instead
talking
of,
badly about the athletes?
Yeah, like saying what they did wrong more than like what they did right.
So you really shit the bed on those hurdles. Can you explain to me what was going through your mind, you idiot?
Yeah. I mean, it must be still sour about the whole 1776
Well,
War of 1812.
You have to also understand.
Sour grapes.
I mean, they didn't have a lot of highlights. Like Whiteman was the like the best.
No, Muir. They had some solid athletes out there.
I think they did do okay, but let's be honest.
I mean, we medaled.
Stars and Stripes
we
dominated
medaled the most.
Yeah.
In history, right? Isn't that what they said?
Oh yeah.
Until you get like, I don't know.
Also,
I felt like Ethiopia really kicked some butt.
I don't know if we talked about it on the last podcast or not. I don't really remember the last podcast because we were very tired. But how great were the USA chants?
Pretty amazing. Because you know why? It feels good. Like you see so much divisiveness.
I know. It felt like we were all one.
Like, hey, guess what?
Yeah.
When it comes to
track and field,
being angry at the rest of the world, we'll come together.
Yeah. We should have started a national anthem.
Yeah. By the way, the British national anthem, they were doing it because somebody won, and I thought they were doing ours. We really did rip that sucker off.
Really?
Like, oh my God, it's like a direct rip.
Francis Scott Key really did that?
The music should just be like, it should have been the remake. Like the remix.
Is it really that close?
I mean,
I'll have to listen to it.
Look it up because I was listening to it. I was like, wow. Like, it's like, I guess there wasn't a lot of harpsichord, going on back then. But
so when I was younger, me and my friends, when we were just out drunk at night, we would just start singing the Star Spangled Banner, and people would get like really into it.
yeah. I thought it was like throwing shit at you.
No.
Okay.
It's shock. If you do it, you'll be surprised how many people were like into it.
Like the can you see?
So one time, speaking of Subway, we were in New York City, 2 or 3 in the morning, packed Subway cars. We started doing it, and
It started doing it.
And people were like real into it. And this is seriously one of the best moments of my life.
An opera singer?
No.
Okay.
Right when we end it, like Land of the Free, Home of the Brave, boom, doors open. Like it was perfect timing. And everyone was just like, USA. Like the whole subway, like the platform, the people in the car. It was crazy because everyone's drunk and just feeling excited. This is in the mid 2000s, so it was a little more.
What do you say we try to recreate this in Boston when we're there? They love it, a good American thing.
I'm not against it. I'll do it. I don't mind singing in front of people, especially if I'm drunk.
Dude, do I look like someone who gets embarrassed?
No. We did karaoke. Yeah. That was a good time. We should do that again.
I know. I got to have better song choices. Like you did good songs, like because I found myself singing along to yours. Everybody just stared at me.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Country was good, but nobody knew it.
Yeah. No comment. But yeah, we'll get sauced up and sing some songs. So Britain,
Actually, that would be good content for our Boston trip with all 9 of us and kind of like a team bonding. We should find a karaoke bar and get hammered over in Boston.
Yeah, that's
and
a great
then
idea.
Get some footage and add that to our
Training log.
train. Yeah.
I would be into that. So Great Britain did not do that well in the. So they had 1 gold, 1 silver, 5 bronzes.
Hey.
I mean, I guess it's not bad,
not
but
so bad.
it's like 12th in the medal count.
I mean, I really want you to listen to the national anthem. Like, you're a musician. You'll check it out.
I'll listen to both, and I'll listen to the Radiohead
All right.
national anthem.
Okay. Did you? I don't know what you're talking about.
That's just remember they did the
Radiohead did it?
yeah.
Okay. Did you?
Not
Are you done with the Worlds?
Am I done with? Yeah, I'm done. We can move on.
All right. Let's talk about the race that should be set up right now. Camille Herron versus Ashley Paulsen in an ultra event.
Yeah, I think it needs to go down.
I do too. I think that
There's some beef that needs to be settled.
Well, here's the thing.
Wait, was she competing at Badwater?
No, but she
chimed in.
she chirped, and it was
got
kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back and the whole marathon investigation thing that turned out to be.
So for people that don't know what we're talking
Yeah,
about,
rewind.
Badwater 135 happened a few weeks ago. Ashley Paulsen won.
Not only won, broke the women's record and came in 3rd overall.
And so people were pretty skeptical. She's an iFit trainer, but she's done a lot of ultras. But I think the ultra community isn't used to seeing her name. And so they were kind of like, where'd she come from?
She also, I mean, she doesn't fit. Well, ultra people are weird anyway.
She has an iFit.
But she doesn't fit in. I think she had pink hair and
She does have pink hair.
Yeah, and was like, she's like bubbly and energetic, and
We've had her on the podcast.
Yeah.
She's very fun.
Right. And I think that she doesn't look like a hardcore.
I don't know if the looks thing matters.
Do you think?
There's another ultra runner who looks crazy like that. I forget her name, but she's pretty.
No, I know
widely
who
accepted.
Yeah, but I think that
It's also like she had a smile on her face the whole time.
yeah,
Like she's making
that's
it
what
look
I'm saying.
easy.
Like and I think that also the time she had time on one section that like beats all the men's times. Like it's like
Yeah.
hardcore.
But all that to say, it got picked up by Marathon Investigation. What's his name?
Derek something.
Derek something.
Yeah.
And he did an insane analysis on like every possible avenue, GPS data, timing mats, anything you could get.
I mean, people were like, she had a doppelganger dressed like herself. Like that, like people.
Are you talking about when he found her to be accurate, Bang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you go back to the whole thing that I think is, if you're on Marathon Investigators, at this point he's done such a good job on that I am automatically think if he posts skepticism about your race that you're guilty.
Yeah, so that's the thing that bothered me a little
Yeah.
bit, because he came back and said, after he verified all the data and was like, oh, she's good, he kind of was like, oh, I was just trying to figure out. It's like, when you throw it out there, it automatically, people are like, definitely cheated. And especially when Camille Herron was like, here's this stats. By the way, the stats that Camille Herron sent over excluded some like names that had done better. So it wasn't like a fully accurate like table. And so it was like, so that alone was like not
Cool.
Not cool. So anyways, yeah, he found her. She gave him her GPS files.
Mm-hmm.
And she did have 2, but she was like, my watch was going to die, which it did. It was like a Garmin that only holds
If
20.
you're running 135 miles, I might bring 2 watches.
Get the Corus Vertex. She did bring 2 watches.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm defending her.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. But so it only had 24 hours charge, because she was using a heart rate monitor too. And that wears the battery out. So she had to change it out. But all the data was like verifiably correct.
Well, and it was kind of like the perfect storm, because she has been banned in the past from triathlon for a banned substance that she took accidentally. It was in one of the like, I don't know.
Straws.
No. So that actually, because to explain that more, because I was reading up on that, it was a banned substance that she tested positive for, but she was like, it must have come from my supplements.
Yeah.
So she gave them 4 unopened bottles, which they tested, and we're like, yeah, it's in all those unopened bottles, because the factories overseas, they do all the shit together. You know, it's like they use the same vats for all the things, so it's easy. It's fairly common.
They have contamination.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
that's why you have to have like the stuff that's got the stamp of approval.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 3 different labels, I think.
Yeah, so that seemed to be, pretty fair. But if you have that, it doesn't matter if you're innocent or not. People are gonna think.
Right.
Yeah. It's a dark cloud, but that's the problem I have with the first marathon investigators report, is that puts the doubt in people's head. Now, any time that she does anything,
There's an asterisk by her name.
yeah,
For sure.
and I almost feel like, I know Camille is an advocate for the sport, and she tries to be an advocate for women. You saw her whole thing for the Western states. And but I do feel like, okay, let's line these two up against each other.
We should do more battle royales in running.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I guess it's like Nike versus everyone else.
Well,
Pretty much.
That already happened.
no, but we could do athletes. Like we could pick like Jim Walmsley against.
I don't think he talks shit on anyone though. We need to find
No,
people to
but
talk
we could
shit.
just set them up. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, these are the two that are going against each other, and we pick the course.
You know,
Dude, let's do Steve Magnus versus Alberto Salazar right now.
that's good.
Alberto's like,
That's what I mean right now.
okay. I think Steve Magnus could take him.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because there's this sort of feud or whatever, the hostility among these ultra women, because we've been talking to all these professional athletes and especially the American women in the marathon and the distance athletes, and they attribute some of their success to because all of these women are so supportive of each other. And like you don't see it on the men's side as much as you see it on the women's side. Like
Yeah.
the male
You're talking about the marathons.
yeah.
Yeah.
The male marathoners, you don't see that camaraderie or the supportiveness like you do with the women. So it was kind of interesting that we saw this with Camille and Ashley.
It is true. You don't see like the male marathoners all getting together and be like, hey, let's train for Boston and see if we can put together a really good showing.
I guess if you're part of a training group though, like some of those
But
10-man, things like that.
Yeah, but the 10 man's not. I mean, they say they're elite, but there's like who in there is and it would be for different distances. Who in there is elite for marathon?
Yeah. I mean, the Roots running has some pretty solid squad there that finishes top 10 on most stuff.
I think we need like a boss group for dudes.
Well, they got Scott now. Maybe they'll get some more guys.
No, but I'm saying like regardless of what brand you're running for, regardless of whatever, let's just take the best guys in the marathon distance, put them together, create content around them, create fans around them, and then watch them race.
All right. Let's start. Why don't we
Let's
do
do
it? Team Believe.
I like it.
Can I bring up real quick the secret? Can I say the secret trail race this past week? The person who ran secretly under a pseudonym.
Oh yeah, why not? It's out there now. Miss Shapiro.
It's obviously not too secret. Molly Shapiro ran and came in, I think, 8th in a UTMB series trail race this past week.
And if you don't know who Molly Shapiro is, she's a Puma-sponsored athlete who loves puppies.
It may have won
Corgis.
bronze in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Which is wild. She ran, I think she came in 8th place at, it's called the Speed Goat by UTMB.
Do you know what's weird about this, though, Robbie?
What?
She didn't do the World's Championship marathon, supposedly because she was injured.
Yeah.
Well, she's working her way back, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, yeah, I'm not sure because this race was I don't think it was quite. No, it was 28K. So what is that? 16 miles.
Something like that.
So
Still over mountains.
yeah, I don't know what the elevation was. I mean, yeah, mountain race.
Like if
it has to be substantial.
If you're trying to recover and get back to marathon, it just seems like a strange choice to do the same weekend that you would have been running the World
I mean,
Championships.
maybe just wanted to get out and get her mind right. I love the trail take on it though. That's cool. And it could have just been like a training. Obviously, I
Right.
feel like she could have won that race if she would have or placed top 3. If she
I
went all out.
demand that Molly come back on the show and explain.
Yeah, Molly, get on here. Tell us what it's like to trail run as an Olympic bronze medalist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and what shoe you wore.
Oh,
Good questions.
I wonder, because Puma isn't known for the trail shoes.
They don't have one that I would run in right now. Like we got that one that was like the Gore-Tex that weighed like 15 ounces.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say 15 pounds.
Well,
Same thing.
yeah, pretty much. It was a very heavy shoe.
All right. Anything? Well, I guess real quick, the shoe talk.
Yeah, let's do our shoe talk because we have a shoe that I think you're going to hear a lot about. I'm already starting to see some people getting it overseas and starting to talk about it. And our full review will be out
either today or, well, we published
It'll be out by the time this podcast
We published
comes out.
the Bondi 8 today, so I was maybe going to publish it tomorrow morning.
All right.
Space things out.
It'll be out by the time
morning.
this podcast
Will
Yeah,
be
comes out.
sorry.
before this podcast comes out. Yeah. So
Just listen to Meg.
I have to say of this shoe right here,
You haven't even said what it is.
the Novablast 3
By what company?
Asics. Of all the shoes that I've had this year, I put more miles on this shoe than any other shoe.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
We wore it every day in Eugene.
How many miles do you think you have on it?
250.
No way. You have 250 miles on that shoe.
I have 260 in grit, and I got this before grit started.
Is that the only shoe you run in for grit?
When we were in Eugene,
All right.
I layered on. This has some miles in it. It's probably not 250. It's probably 200.
Okay.
But compared to our normal 20, that's
Yeah,
10 times as much.
We should just jump to
Look at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. It looks like 200. Let me just get out my
His-
monocle.
My specs.
Yeah.
I do want to get one of those jewelers microscopes or whatever. Those things
A
that go
jeweler's
looking-
eye?
For what purpose?
just to look at things really closely and see what's happening beneath
Just wanted to clarify.
And an electric microscope.
beneath the surface.
Electric microscope.
So the Novablast 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the updates aren't crazy, but I think they're pretty great.
Yeah.
You basically get an extra millimeter of foam. It's now Flight Foam Blast Plus.
So it's even lighter than the other one with more foam.
Yeah.
So the Nimbus 24 has Blast Plus.
Yes.
So does the Kayano.
Yes.
Yes.
The Glide Ride too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So is it feel?
Flight Foam Blast Plus for
Okay.
everyone.
So when you talk about some of the other shoes
Oprah
that
style.
you talked about, they're usually combined with Flight Foam. So like Nimbus, it has Flight Foam Blast with some Flight Foam. The obviously the Glide Ride has, I don't even know, is it Flight Foam
Blast
on the bottom?
Plus on the top, and then the plate, and then Flight Foam at the bottom.
Is that Flight Foam on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, because it seems firmer than that. And then Kayano, the same thing. This is the only one that's like a block of Flight Foam Blast Plus
Yeah.
That's the only one that just has Flight Foam Blast Plus?
that I know of.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you might be right.
So the cushioning is phenomenal. I felt like you could use this for everything. When I knew that I wasn't going to be like going hardcore for the 5K, I thought about just wearing this for the 5K. It just feels great underfoot and
Yeah,
it
I mean,
rolls.
it's just one of those shoes that's so versatile. Like it's great for daily training. It's good for recovery days. Like you said, you can pick it up in this shoe. So it's pretty, I mean, I really like it.
Yeah, I can't think of a shoe. Like if I had one shoe that I had to wear, this is it.
Yeah.
This one goes down. You know how we have some shoes that we get emotionally attached to and we like kind of base all of the shoes off of.
Mm-hmm.
For you, can you guess which one I'm thinking of?
The Nike Epic React?
Yes.
Yeah.
This one has that kind of feeling to me where I'm like, the only thing they can do from here is ruin this shoe.
Man, which probably will happen. Everyone ruins it.
I don't know. We saw the new colorways though, and they're good.
Yeah. And the other thing I don't understand is like people who are like, loved the first version and didn't like the second version. Obviously, we were on the side where you liked the first version and the second version. Robbie and I couldn't really run well in the first version, and so we really liked the second version.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I think this is going to bring all those people together. And if you like the first version, you're going to like this because it's bouncy, it's responsive, it has that nice light bouncy feel,
Yeah.
and then it is stable.
I like that. That's good. Yeah, I haven't even tried it yet, so we'll see.
I keep forgetting
Maybe
you.
I never will.
I think
You'll
you
get
will.
a pair.
All right.
We know a guy.
I honestly, Robbie, you know how normally I'm like, okay, thank you for the one pair. I'll test it, and then it goes on the shelf for the next time that we have the next version.
Yeah.
I would totally keep running. Like if they sent me another pair,
I would like to.
I would keep running it. Okay. So we could do, maybe that would be good because we could do a follow-up when you get it and see if Robbie likes it as much as we do.
Well, I think we need to do 200-mile review. Boom, just get it done.
For sure. It's also only $140. And
wait a second. So I just wrote my review. Would that be the 200?
No, for the video, YouTube review.
All right. We could do that.
And it comes out September 1st.
How many miles do you think you have in your pair?
100, 150.
I need to put that in a written review. That's a big deal.
Okay. But yeah, I absolutely adore this shoe.
10 out of 10 stars.
I caught him sleeping with it over the last week.
You might. You're going to see in the video, I got you guys sleeping a lot. I don't sleep on the plane, so it's always my favorite thing when I see
your favorite thing.
The other people sleeping because I wish I could sleep. And I look over and like you guys, like Robbie his little mustache was twitching. He was having a nice dream.
Dude, crazy dreams. Plane naps could be good. I don't want to be the person who brings a pillow on, but sometimes I'm thinking...
You can't do that neck pillow thing?
I don't want to be that. I don't know. It's weird.
Wait, you'll bring a full pillow, but you won't bring a neck pillow?
I don't want to bring any pillow, but I think about it. And
what if you hit it in your bag and then you just whip it out when you're ready to nod off?
I'm just thinking there needs to be an invention where you come up with a pillow that's really tiny, like kind of like Wonka Vision, but in reverse, where there's a tiny pillow that gets...
How about this? Your shirt has a collar, and you pull it, and it inflates.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
And then you can just twist the nozzle, it deflates, and goes back to a regular shirt.
I would do that.
All
right, we got to do. So far, we're doing inflatable neck shirt, and then what was the toilet paper trail shirt.
Yeah,
we got 2 shirts. We got a new clothing line,
dude. I'm there for that because I feel like a plane nap could be at the level of middle of class and high school nap, which is one of the best naps out there. Put the head on the desk out for like 30 minutes.
Especially if when it's like your school doesn't have air conditioning, but the desk is real cool.
Oh, yeah.
And then you wake up and there's a little pool.
Yep. I've been there.
I'm true.
Yeah. Right after lunch when that like carb nap hits you or whatever.
Yeah. Smell of Ticonderoga pencils.
Oh, man. I miss that. I really do. Can't get those naps back. Anyways, maybe I'll just go to school again.
They just did a study that napping actually puts you at a higher risk for like a stroke or something.
Let me guess, that was in Runner's World.
Yeah, who wrote that? What's the PMID on that one?
This is dumbest
I think it was on the Today Show.
Definitely.
That's just because people eat a lot of McDonald's and take naps right after. Yeah. That's what happens.
It's a correlation.
They're like, oh, weird, you have a heart condition because you eat McDonald's and take a meat nap.
I don't know. They're telling us we should sleep during the night.
All right. Anyways, so let's move on to today's guest.
Yeah, today's guest is, well, guys.
This is our 100th episode.
Holy crap.
We didn't even celebrate. Oh.
Dude, hit all the buttons. Just do it. Get out of your system. Hit the other ones too. Just do it.
I like the two. This is our 200th?
100th.
100th episode.
All right. Beautiful.
And today our special guest is Keira D'Amato, her 3rd time on the show.
But before we go there, I got each of you a gift to celebrate our 100th episode.
All right.
You can each have one of my Novablast 3s.
I'll just throw it right in your face. I recommend.
I'll sign it for you.
Yeah. Can't believe we made it. How did we not mention that in the intro?
We're dumb.
We can start over.
No, this is
right.
already so long.
Anyways, let's just hear what Keira has to say.